In a serene valley nestled between towering mountains, the Buddha sat in meditation, surrounded by a group of curious seekers. The air was still, and the gentle murmur of a nearby stream provided a soothing backdrop for his words. "Dear friends," the Buddha began, his voice carrying the weight of profound understanding, "let me share with you a lesson that encapsulates a fundamental truth. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." The seekers leaned in, eager to receive the wisdom that was about to unfold. In a distant land, there lived a young woman named Suri, the Buddha began. Suri was known far and wide for her vibrant personality and her radiant smile. She would often wander through meadows, greet strangers with warmth, and share her laughter freely. People admired her for her seemingly boundless joy. However, as the years passed, Suri noticed that her happiness was becoming increasingly fragile. It was as if her inner contentment depended on external circumstances. If the sun was shining, she was joyful. But when storms came, so did her anxiety. One day, Suri heard of a revered sage who resided atop a nearby mountain. Rumors claimed that the sage held the secret to unshakable peace. Driven by her desire for lasting happiness, Suri embarked on a journey to meet the sage. After a challenging climb, Suri finally reached the sage's abode. Breathless but determined, she asked the sage, "Honored one, how can I find the lasting peace that resides within?" The sage gazed at her with eyes that seemed to penetrate her very soul. "Peace, my dear," he replied, "is not a distant treasure waiting to be found. It is a jewel that already resides within you. The more you seek it outside, the farther you stray from it." Suri was puzzled by the sage's words. "But how can I find this inner peace?" she asked. The sage smiled gently. "Close your eyes and take a deep breath," he instructed. "Feel the rhythm of your breath, the beating of your heart. In this very moment, you are alive. That aliveness is the seed of peace. Nurture it, and it will blossom into profound tranquility." Suri followed the sage's guidance. As she focused on her breath and connected with her own existence, she felt a stillness within her. A sense of peace, unlike any she had ever known, began to unfurl. She looked up at the sage, tears of realization streaming down her face. "I have spent my life seeking happiness in the external world," she confessed. "But it was within me all along." The sage nodded. "Indeed, my dear. The external world is fleeting and ever-changing. True peace is the stillness that remains amidst the chaos. It is the calm center of the storm." As Suri continued to practice mindfulness and turn her attention inward, her inner peace grew stronger. No longer did she depend on circumstances for her happiness. Instead, she discovered an unshakable source of serenity that resided within her own heart. The Buddha looked at his attentive listeners and concluded, "Remember, dear seekers, the world around us is ephemeral. Seeking peace solely through external means is like chasing a mirage. Instead, turn your gaze inward, nurture the peace that resides within, and you shall find a wellspring of tranquility that remains undisturbed by the fluctuations of life." And as the seekers absorbed this timeless teaching, they felt a sense of liberation, understanding that the path to lasting peace was not in the distant reaches of the world, but in the depths of their own being.